As you already know, dodging and burning is about lights and darks. However, there is one issue or something that make it difficult for us. And what make it difficult for us is a colorful image. We cannot see the lines. Actually, we can, because we can see where the lights go and the shadows go, but we cannot see the lines very clearly, or things that we have to fix. The areas with lights we have to fix, the shadows we have to fix on this image. So what we have to do, we have to help ourselves a little bit, and also this will be delivered as an action, important to remember. So what we have to do, we have to make this image black and white. There is a few ways to do image black and white. Of course, you can hit black and white and manipulate with the sliders to achieve a really good visual effect you really want. As you can see right now, we can see really a lot. This is not something I prefer. What I usually do, I create another gray layer or hue saturation and take down the saturation. I can get really a clear view. In this case, I already have gray layer. We can duplicate the gray layer, bring it up to the top. I'm going to call this help and change this into color. So this giving us really nice visual help. However, there is still some problems. It doesn't have enough contrast for us, even though we can see a bit better, but it still doesn't have enough contrast for us to see everything as we really want. What I do in this case, I'm using adjustment layers to make it a little bit darker if I need, and bring up some of the contrast. So let's go to curves, take it down, and when we're taking this down, you can actually see what is happening. Even though if it wasn't clear maybe enough before, turn this off, you cannot see exactly the shifts that this image has. Like, let's have a look on this forehead, and when you turn this off, you can see some dark area here and dark areas here. So these things we have to fix. Simply speaking, that's the thing we have to do. It's a bit too much of the darkness, so I'm just going to do something like that, just to make this a bit more contrastic. And of course, you can play with this a lot. You can change this, for example, to not color burn, but to multiply or darken to see this a bit better, to overlay. However, it might be a bit too strong, so maybe good idea is to keep this normal. If you need a bit more, I usually open 2 curve layers and manipulate with this as much as I need. Let's open this. So at first I add really a lot of contrast, and why I'm doing this, because I want to see all of the flawless of the skin. And when I need this, I'm just turning this on or turning this off. I'm going to keep opacity as 50% just to make you sure that every time you need that, just change opacity to change the visual perspective, which is going to help you a lot. So I'm just going to keep opacity around 50. It's giving me a really nice view, and it's a really good base to start working. If we will need to see a bit more, we're just going to bring this up to see all of the flawless of the skin. If we don't need this, we can just turn this off or take down some of the opacity. So what I'm going to do, all of this I'm going to put into the group, Control Command G, and let's call this help. Just simple, and keep this open. So right now we have really nice visual perspective of our image, and everything is really nicely prepared for work, for the right work and proper work with dodging and burning.